Hello everyone, my name is Rodolfo Huelvas and this is the presentation of my Practicum Closure for Corporación Universitaria del Caribe, presented to my teacher, Luz Eugenia González. And the program is Licenciatura en Inglés. And I did the practicum in the British School of Monteria. It's the school where I work, actually. I work there and I've been working there for so many years. And I teach 5th, 10th, and 11th grade. So I've known the kids for about 4 years, I guess, and I know very well about their English level. So let's begin. Let's begin with the content. And we have the title, which already saw it. And then we got the research questions, the general and specific objectives, methodology, type of research schedule, references, and the evidence at the end, which I'm going to show a couple of pictures, and then a recording from my coordinator, who let's say was the one overviewing my work. So let's begin with the research question. Let's continue with that. And it says, how much teaching approaches affect the learning process of a second language? Well, actually, there is no one approach that affects the entire process, or meaning there is no one perfect approach or one that is 100% effective. There are many approaches. There have been many studies about teaching methods for a second language or for English as a foreign language, ESL or EFL. So it actually depends on the population or the audience you're teaching. It's different from if you teach little kids, it's different from teenagers, and different from young adults, different from senior adults or senior citizens. So it actually depends on that. But you try to gather different approaches and to put into practice. You cannot teach the same way you teach a little kid to a citizenship, for example. So a citizen, an adult citizen person, I'm sorry, I couldn't come up with the word. So you have to be more patient with as people is older than with kids. Kids are really fast, really active, they take everything. So it depends. The general and specific objectives. The general objective is through this current project, it is expected to find out the effectiveness of different teaching methods in the learning process of a second language. Actually, I just, as I said before, there is not a specific method that is the most effective. We use one that it has worked for me, and according to school policies, is I call it partial immersion, because we speak Spanish in this country, and although you try to keep everything in English, well, you know, the students are going to speak Spanish during the break or when they're outside the classroom. But as long as you are a step in the classroom, you have to speak 100% English. Them, and they have to speak to you 100% English. Of course, there are certain words they say in Spanish because they're learning, and that's what I call partial immersion, and that has been really effective for us, and the process has had really good results. The specific objective: to give teachers the necessary pedagogical abilities to be developed in their classroom. Of course, through this practicum and through the readings, I have found out actually tools to let's say crank up my abilities as a teacher. So very well and very nice. Let's continue with the methodology and type of research. All right, the type of research was done through observation. Each class was monitored by a school coordinator. His name is Laura Diaz. And after each class, there was a post briefing, actually, and to point out some errors or corrections, and actually to congratulate when the job was well done. And that was basically it. Making sure to use the school policies, and the students were glad with the class, and they were satisfied actually. The research schedule was done through the entire classroom activities. We have 15 hours per week. It's quite much, quite a lot actually. But we have that's one of the key things that we have also, the amount of hours we have of teaching English. Actually, comparing to any official public school in the nation, where they have 1 or 2 hours per week, and that's very low actually. But we are lucky to have so many hours and to have the opportunity to speak English for so many hours. And this is 15 hours in one group, only 5th grade, besides 10 and 11. So it's quite good. The references, well, I use Jeremy Harmer, How to Teach English, and Jordan English for Academic Purposes. There's really good books, especially if you're beginning as a teacher, or if you are already an experienced teacher, to refresh your memory actually, and certain things that we forget as confidence takes over our teaching classes or our teaching methods. The evidence, I have a few pictures actually. This is a notebook from a student, 5th grade, and we were talking about verb tenses here, and you can tell how much or how well they can write and they can process, and it's really good actually. And then we have a class of reading here, virtual room. The whole class is not shown because of the limit of technology, you know. They don't show up when you're presenting something. But in this particular class, each student will read a paragraph. So everybody will participate, and they can practice pronunciation and fluency actually. And the best way to tell them is not to read fast. Just take your time, and if you mispronounce a word, there's no problem. You know, everybody makes mistakes. Even today, we as an adult make mistakes. For the last thing, I have an audio from my coordinator about my work. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. Let's hope it plays. Oh, something happened here.
Profesor Rodolfo, le cuento que estoy muy agradecida, muy feliz por todo ese trabajo realizado con estos jóvenes de quinto. Yo sé que es un trabajo difícil, sobre todo ahora con todo este tema de la virtualidad, pero el desempeño ha sido excelente. Me siento muy contenta por todo el trabajo y nada, muchísimos éxitos, que siga adelante. Y bueno, un abrazo bastante grande, que siga así de juiciosa, trabajando muchísimo y poniéndole todo el empeño como lo ha hecho este semestre.
Well, she did it in Spanish. I don't know why, but that was her let's say, adding to this. So that's it. Thank you very much for everything, and we'll continue to see each other. Bye bye.